The importance of Salah in Islam so great that even sitting and waiting for Salah is considered as a worship, because you sit and you just empty your mind of anything and only you fulfill it with Allah's supplication and dhikr and there is a whole halaqah, a whole class that I'm going to be talking about the power of dhikr, the power of supplication, inshallah. So there are different benefits of the Muslim prayer. There is the spiritual, the emotional, the psychological, and the physical. And I'm going to talk about each one. The spiritual. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in chapter 29, verse 45, recite what has been revealed to you of the book and establish prayer. Indeed, prayer prohibits immorality and wrongdoing. So usually if someone is doing something haram, like doing zina, fornication or anything like that, it's because their iman or their faith is weak, and so they stop praying, and when they stop praying, the door is open for wrongdoings. Some people, they say, oh, I have a strong will and everything. Trust me, when someone stops praying, it's like he's inviting shaitan to his life, and shaitan can just make him slip so fast. So it fills the spiritual void which exists in all of us. That's what prayers does. And it is a one-on-one session between the servant and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a relationship with our Creator, thus raising your spiritual status as well. Receive spiritual guidance and divine inspiration. Hidayah. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim means guide us to that straight path. It also purifies us. It's a purification of the soul by constantly remembering God. It is a way to express gratitude towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it obtains mercy and forgiveness from Allah. So that's the spiritual benefit. Now for the emotional benefit. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, without doubt in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find satisfaction. So if someone has depression, has sadness, is worried about things, anxiety, the best thing to do is, what do they say? Meditation, right? So what is the meditation of the Muslims?
Salah.
It's the Salah, subhanallah, yes. So it instills reverence towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is a stronger faith in God, His divine decree, and understanding what you can or cannot change. It finds contentment in His decree and in your submission to His will. And as I said last time when I talked about qadar, or the final destiny, believing in the final destiny in Islam, it's not because, we want to say that, oh, Allah knows everything and that's it. But also it changes our exaggeration in extreme anger and extreme sadness to satisfaction, to acceptance that everything that happens for a reason, and that there is something that we learn from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has caused for us. Maybe that we see it is a harm, or maybe we see it that it is something like a catastrophe. But trust me, after some time, and you look back and you remember about something bad happened to you, and you say, subhanallah, it cannot be any better than that, because I learned something from it. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, and also it increases the emotional intelligence. For the psychological also benefits, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, O you who have believed, seek help through patience and prayer. Indeed, Allah is with the patient. So it tames the ego and become more humble. Again, remember I told you, we prostrate on the ground. We put our head on the ground. We humiliate ourselves. We go back to the ground where we came from, right? So it tames our ego. It makes us less arrogant, and it gives us some humility. Assalamu alaikum. It helps to achieve balance in life and peace of mind. It is a means of taking a break from chaotic and hectic lifestyle. It has a routine and regular good habits, gives a sense of security, and this reduces the emotional and mental stress. It avoids depression and anxiety because you are spiritually content and mentally at peace. And it trains a person to live a productive life by being disciplined, being disciplined with the timing. Like we wake up early in the morning, right? So we discipline ourselves to wake up in the morning. We organize our things or our plans that we're going to do around our prayer timing. We don't organize our prayer times or around our plans. It's the other way around, right? Yes. So also the physical benefit. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says here, O you who have believed, why do you say what you do not do? Great is hatred in the sight of Allah that you say what you do not do. And it says here, scientific studies say that the contact prayer or Salah improves blood circulation for the physical ability. And it is the most important physical benefit of the prayer is aligning intentions with actions. The foundation of being a good Muslim is to believe with the heart and to manifest the faith into good deeds. Any questions so far?